Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me for another Alfred Hitchcock Presents review. Today I will be talking about Season 3, Episode 6, Reward to Finder, starring Jo Van Fleet as Anna and Oskar Homolka as Karl. And this is a pretty solid episode overall, in my opinion. It's definitely a darker toned episode, but it's very well acted, and the plot of it is pretty solid as well, if a bit straightforward and a little bit predictable. But overall, definitely an above average episode in my opinion. So we start with a man named Karl, and he finds a wallet on the street. So seems simple enough. He goes home to his wife Anna. It turns out we learn Karl's a janitor, and he's not exactly bringing in a lot of money, it would appear. So they're talking, and Karl seems a bit more happy than he usually is, which I would say is true, seeing that he's pretty crabby through most of the episode, I have to say. So his wife thinks maybe he got a raise, but we know different. So Karl shows her the wallet he found. There's like $5,200, I think, in it, which is a pretty good amount of money, even today. So immediately Anna's happy. She's wishing she could buy a lot of things. But Karl doesn't seem too interested in Anna's needs, which will be significant later in the episode. So they talk about returning the money and what the reward might be. And I have to say, Karl gets extremely crabby here. I'm not really sure why. So at this point, a policeman comes by, and it turns out that he's collecting money, for a police fund, which was a pretty good mislead. As we think, he's there because somebody reported the missing wallet. I thought this worked pretty well. We also learned that the wallet should definitely be returned, according to the police. So the next day, there's an ad in the paper about this missing money, this missing wallet, and Anna's excited about it. She says maybe there'll be a big reward. Karl's still very, very crabby, and he says he'll personally return it because he doesn't want to call. He thinks he'll do better from a reward standpoint in person, which makes sense, but I'm already suspecting ulterior motives at this point. So at this point, Karl comes home. We jump ahead to later in the day. He says he didn't get anything, no reward at all, even though the ad said there would be a pretty big reward. So Anna's mad about this. She says she's going to call the person and basically tell him off, I guess, or something like that. But Karl convinces her to drop it, at least for now. At this point, we see Karl go up to the attic, I think it is. It's definitely an upstairs room. And he has a clever hiding place for the wallet. He, puts it in a floorboard or something like that. It works pretty well. And he seems pretty pleased with himself at this point. So we go in the future. They say that more than 2 weeks has passed. I'm not really sure how long. And Anna's still upset. She just can't let this go. She's really disappointed they didn't get any reward. She said she could have bought a lot of nice things. But at this point, her and Karl argue again. He gets upset. He leaves her part of the newspaper to make her happy. And it just so conveniently happens to be a part where the ads are, and she sees the same ad for a wallet which still hasn't been returned. So at this point, Anna figures out what's going on. She spies on Karl. She sees that he's counting some money, and she realizes that he kept the wallet all along. So instead of demanding that he turns this in, she decides that it's fine that they keep it, but she wants basically a cut of the money for herself. And at this point, Anna starts buying things, a lot of things, including a fur coat, which sends Karl over the edge. She's not happy she's been buying these things. They argue. He slaps her hand at one point. Later on, she actually hits him. She gives him a pretty good shot, actually. And these two, at this point, are not getting along very well. Neither one is definitely a very likable character at this point in the episode. So at this point, I think we can figure out where this is going, being Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Anna has the idea of doing in Karl. She's going to put something in his drink that he shouldn't have. It's coffee, I think. And Karl has the same idea. There's this statue, and he figures he'll do an Anna with it. So at this point, when Anna comes upstairs, faking, trying to pretend to act nice, Karl actually does do away with her, and he's pretty vicious. I thought Oskar Homolka did some pretty good acting here. He does do her in, and then he's pleased with himself. So, of course, he drinks his coffee, which she brought upstairs. So they've basically done each other in, and both characters get what they deserve, I suppose you can say. So like I said, a pretty straightforward episode, but solid all the way around, well written and well acted, pretty believable. Like I said, the episode's possibly slightly too predictable in places. You can really tell where it's going. It's not as suspenseful as it could be, but overall, Reward to Finder is a solid episode. and I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. I do feel like this is an episode that fans of the show will enjoy. It's pretty solid all the way around. So 3.5 out of 5 for Reward to Finder. And as always, thank you very much for watching.